You know, as me making this video, I just recorded another one before this. You probably saw that one before this one because it's the latest video before this one. But that's not the point that I'm trying to make. The point that I'm trying to make is it's never too late to do anything in life. You know, that's one thing that I've really realized in my life, in this life journey. For context, I am going to turn 21 this July, and a lot of my peers, you know what I mean, already already have the degrees, some of them at least, already have the degrees, living in fancy apartments, driving big cars, having all the money, the job and everything. But well, some of them, not everyone, guys, by the way, some of them. And it is really and what really confuses me is the between the lines of everything, of comparing yourself and what is actual fact. You know, because you might be looking at this and be like, no, but you're comparing yourself, don't compare yourself. And I hear that, by the way, I hear that, don't get me wrong. But if there's one thing that I realized in this entire life thing is that there is no timeline for anything. There is no blueprint. There is no fixed blueprint as to how things should go in our lives. Because I'm pretty sure, because as much as there are 21-year-olds that are doing this, there are still 30-year-olds who are in the position that I'm in right now. And if you look at things from a perspective of you comparing your life to others, that won't get us anywhere. By the way, I've done a video of how to stop comparing ourselves to other people, so you can check that out. What I mean by this is there is no blueprint, there is no fixated timeline to say that when you turn 25, you should already be married and have kids and live in a house and have a car and a stable job. There is no blueprint to do that. So now this is me just venting. So if you're looking at your life right now and you're thinking that all my peers are ahead of me, they're doing much better than me, getting, things that I only think of, things that I only dream of, I'm here to remind you that a delayed dream is not, a dream delayed is not a dream denied. What I mean by that is just because someone else had it, it doesn't mean that you won't get it as well. Now, even though they got it first, but that doesn't guarantee that you won't get it. And what I mean by that is, I think that instead of looking at, okay, that person has a nice car, I would really like that car. He or she is my age. He or she is 35 years old. He or she has a car. I don't have a car. You know what I mean? I think what we should really fall in love with, as not fall in love with, but what we should really consider as well is how they were able to get it. Because just envying what they have is not enough, because that doesn't help you. You know what I mean? You can look. This is, I recently watched a video. Visiting Bego, I was talking about. This is the line he said. He said, the most important part of the building is the part that everyone does not see, which is the foundation. So we should actually look at the foundation of things and not just the entire building from the outside. So instead of looking at he or she has this, we should look at how did he or she get to afford that? How did he or she get to achieve what he or she achieved? And I think that looking at things from that perspective makes everything much easier. Now, it doesn't guarantee that you will also get it, because we are also living our own lives, because one day we are going to die and it won't matter anymore. So, us looking at other people's lives and what they are doing and what's going on in their life, it doesn't really help us in any way. Sometimes, if you're looking at that in a negative manner, it only justifies why you should stay where you are, because we sometimes know that we don't have the guts it takes to actually take action on what we want to do in life. So I really want to encourage you in this video to just, this is gonna sound so cliche and so cheesy, but just do what you want. Now I know you might probably say, what do you mean by that? You're nobody, no one knows who you are, just a small YouTuber, trying to do YouTuber things. Now, I may not have any materialistic success or any financial success, but what I do know is that I have God, and He is all I need. He is literally and figuratively and spiritually all I need to achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve in life. And this is so, this is so graceful, but a brother of mine sent me a voice note, and he said something along these lines. He said, "Man of God, if you remove God from everything that you're trying to achieve, it most probably isn't even worth achieving. It decreases the likelihood of you achieving it if God is not within it." But I don't want to preach. I don't want to preach for too long, because this video is not really about that. You know what I mean? What this video is about is that do what you want. No one cares. No, like literally, no one cares. No one cares. Just let that sink in. No one cares. So we should really just stop admiring the things these people have and start admiring how they got it. That's why you should really admire. So I appreciate the time you took watching this video, and I really hope that you find value in it. This is just something I wanted to share on top of the video I just did. I am a bit tired, so don't mind the slow energy and all that. But I really appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.